On this week's show, highlights from the hardwood as both the Liberty men and women look to stay hot in ASUN play, and the story of some alums making a difference with men's hoops.
Plus, we bring you the story of Audrey Clark, and Liberty baseball gets some preseason love. It all starts now. This is Flame Central.
There's not many things you can count on in life, but one of them is that we'll have a great show for you each and every week. This week is no different. Come on in. Welcome to Flame Central. Alongside Emily Austin, I'm Matt Warner.
Can you believe baseball season is almost upon us?
No.
We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, Liberty basketball was trying to stay hot on the road.
Yeah, the Liberty men entered the week tied atop the ASUN with a 9-1 conference record. Their average margin of victory in those 9 wins, 21 points. They were trying to continue that dominance on the road at Austin Peay on Thursday. And let's just say that scoring the basketball came easy for the Flames in this one. Liberty would have 5 double-digit scores on the night: Kyle Rode, Blake Preston, Joseph Vinzant, Shiloh Robinson, and they would be led by 18 from Darius McGee. Meanwhile, Colin Porter tied a career high with 9 assists as Liberty would shoot 54% from the field in this one, the third time in 4 games they've eclipsed the 50% mark. Liberty cruises to an 82-70 win. That gets them to 10-1 in ASUN play, with all 10 wins coming by double digits. Flames are now 19-5 overall, which means they're closing in on their 7th straight 20-win season under Richie McKay. Darius McGee is also closing in on a personal milestone. With his 18 points, he moves just 9 away from becoming Liberty's all-time leading scorer. Carl Hess has long held the title, but it won't be his for long. McGee is getting ready to add another accolade to his unbelievable resume and further stake his claim as the greatest Liberty basketball player of all time.
Our next feature is on 4 young men in the Flames basketball program who don't really need much of an introduction. At one point, you were probably cheering for them on the court. Well, today they're still on the floor, but more so on the sidelines. Take a look at how each of them are still reaping the benefits of Liberty hoops, even though their roles have changed within the program.
Good pass out of the post. Cuffey cans it from deep.
My name is Elijah Cuffey.
Drives in the lane, leaves it to Baxter Bell, who goes up and throws it.
I'm Miles Baxter-Dale.
Farquhar drives, hangs, and hits.
Zach Farquhar. And my name is Luke McKay.
Luke McKay's feeling it now. 3
These 4 young men have been a part of the Liberty basketball program for years.
Here's Baxter Bell for 3, exclamation point.
And when their playing days had come to an end, these former players accepted new roles on the staff.
It's just something I knew I always wanted to do, and when I was done playing, I knew I was just going to hop right into it. Some of the responsibilities are just being at practice, being a part of the scout team, and then just be another eye in the weight room.
A lot of what I do is kind of just making sure that all the video needs are taken care of, whether that's practices, games, video scout for other opponents, like all those kinds of details. Sometimes a coach will ask you to find practice and clip out certain player shots or certain instances on defense. You just go through all the film and you kind of, scrub parts that you're looking for, put it together, and put it in a video package that is manageable for all the coaches.
I serve as a graduate manager. That title has a lot in it. I serve as a practice player, which is fun doing that with the guys. I also do whatever needed for me in that position. It could be stuff in the office, it could be film, it could be working guys out, which that's what my passion is working guys out and being able to interact with them as much as I can.
I serve as the director of player development. We're concerned with their whole person development as well as who they are as players. Certainly the basketball side, we love to see them grow, but for me, the stuff that really fills my cup is to see them grow as young men.
I love relationships, so any chance that I get to build into guys and help them grow as a basketball player, for me, it's a positive thing.
Back-to-back ASUN champions.
We know the feelings of winning and getting too big-headed, or losing and not thinking you're good enough, helping them navigate those emotions and those feelings off the court. That's our role.
Cuff, that dude is literally just like a brother to me. He's a servant, and he's always so fun to be around, and he just like brings so much to the table, like not only just basketball wise, but also just like as a friend. It's awesome. I'm so glad that, you know, he's here.
Luke is hilarious. You come in every day and you have the same schedule, and sometimes you can be kind of down, but he just brings the life to the room.
Mayo, he'll seek anybody out, have a conversation with them, and it's pure, straight from the heart. It's something you don't find every day.
Zach is Mr. Consistent. Like, he does the same thing every day. He works out every single morning, and that's one thing that I say, like, I would want to take from him.
I really do not know where I would be without this program. All of this, it's way bigger than just basketball.
It's Jesus at the forefront, and making sure that who they are as people is more important than who they are as players.
We're not just developing basketball players. Our guys are becoming better men. Me still being here, I'm still reaping those benefits of just being in the locker room and being around those conversations.
The culture that has been created is the best that you will ever find anywhere.
It's set me up really well for how I want to be a husband, like how I want to live, and hopefully one day like how I want to be a father as well.
Liberty's a special place.
It's like a family atmosphere. It was tough for me to put down the basketball. Like, once I got here, I just felt like I was just at home again.
Just a theory here. Liberty basketball continues to dominate because these current players are going up and doing drills against these former ones that were very good.
Yeah, no, you think about these guys, and they've experienced everything on a Liberty uniform. Maya Baxter-Bell, the beginning of the McKay era where winning was hard, right? Then you've seen the success that they've experienced. Elijah Cuffey, one of the best defenders this program has ever seen. So much wisdom that they're able to share with these guys, and not just like strategy on the court, but like, hey,
off the court.
Off the court. This is the mindset you have to bring day in and day out. It's just so cool to see how they've continued to buy into the program and helped it grow over the years.
Really couldn't have asked for 4 better guys to stick around. All right, staying on the court, as our rep McGibbon would say, the Lady Flames are en fuego right now. They're riding a 5-game winning streak, heading into a matchup with Jacksonville State. Liberty currently sits in a 3-way tie in second place, so the Lady Flames are trying to keep their winning ways alive, hosting the Gamecocks. Let's jump straight to the fourth in this one because it was full of action late. Jack State's Kennedy Gavin keeps it for herself. Jumper is good to give the Gamecocks a 10-point lead with less than 4 to play. Yeah, laugh now, cry later because the Lady Flames are no joke. They respond with a 25-5 run. D. Brown kicks it out to a wide-open Jordan Hodges for a triple, but it was Maya Berkman who came up clutch once again. She scored 10 of the final 15, finished with a game-high 23. That bucket tied it to send it to OT. Emma Hess starts off overtime with a triple, but then it was back to Berkman and her dominance. The Lady Flames pull away in overtime. Final score 72-62, good for their 6th straight victory.
Well, a proper perspective is something most people don't get until they're older, and some, well, they never get at all. The ability to take in your situation and all that's happening in your life, and yet understand what's truly most important. Liberty women's basketball junior Audrey Clark, she has a perspective beyond her years. During her time at LU, she's taken the wins and the losses, the ups and the downs, and through it all, has learned what really matters most.
Kerry Green referred to her as a silent leader on this team, and then later said she's a treasure to have on this team.
When I was around 5 years old, I watched my sisters play basketball, and I was like, I think I want to do this too. So we were all playing upward basketball growing up, and I've loved it ever since then.
Very intelligent, high IQ. She understands the game very well. She's a great shooter, so you just do not want to leave her wide open.
My name is Audrey Clark, and I'm a guard for Liberty University women's basketball team. I love basketball because growing up, it brought me and my family together, and we would just go after one goal, and we would get so invested in, well, we didn't win this tournament last year, so what can we do this year? And then that just rolled over into going to college and playing. It just brings people together.
Somewhere along her growing up or her development, she wanted to come to Liberty. And she would come to our camps. She'd been at camps for several summers and just had the desire to come to Liberty, be a part of our program.
When I was about 15 years old, I went to an FCA camp. It really impacted my life because in that moment I realized that it wasn't any of my hard work or anything that I could do to earn my salvation. I realized that it was all the work of Jesus Christ on the cross for me, for my salvation. So from that moment on, my perspective on my faith and life really changed. And that's when I decided that I wanted to go to a Christian university.
She came as a walk-on and did an amazing job her freshman year, played with a lot of effort, and she earned a scholarship.
In basketball, I definitely faced some challenges, some injuries, some mental things going on. Last year with my junior year, I actually was injured and out for the whole season. It was really tough because it took a while to figure out what the injury was and how we were going to resolve the issue. But I remember that God was in control that whole time and that He has a plan for me and for my future. And just remembering God's faithfulness to me and His love for me really got me through that time.
An incredible story where she became a starter a few years ago, and she's back after some injuries, and it's just been so much fun to watch.
Your problems won't disappear when you come to faith in Jesus Christ, but in those hard times and in those trials that the Bible says are going to be promised to us, you have Jesus Christ as your anchor and your foundation. And I think with that, with the faith of, believing in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior and having that relationship with God, what comes along with that is a community of believers. You're not out there to do it on your own. My teammates and I have developed relationships throughout the years. Building those relationships outside of basketball, I think, is really the key to what made those relationships go from teammates to really friends and sisters. And I think that when we just bond in that way, that our relationships just grow stronger each and every year. We get to compete every day and we get to be with each other every day. And we get to be like-minded and striving after the same thing. There's only two things that last forever, and that's your relationship with God and your relationship with people. Everything else will fade away. Basketball, school, money, everything else will fade away. So just keeping that at the forefront of my mind as I go through life, it just reminds me that God is faithful and He's in control.
Coming up, the preseason polls are out. We'll tell you where Liberty baseball ranks.
Plus, Rhett McGibbon joins us to name his top Liberty athletes of the week. That's all when Flames Central returns.
You might have heard some things about Liberty University, like how we're just a little Christian school in the middle of nowhere. And there's nothing to do here. I mean, come on. You know us. Boring.
Boring?
Yeah. They say we don't work as hard, think as hard, try as hard.
I object.
The truth is, well, we might surprise you.
At the fence, leaping! Wow! The 5 pylon, he's in.
So you're looking for a university that has anything you could possibly need.
Anything?
You want a place that has the programs you want to study.
I think I'm going to sign up for the fashion design program.
All right. A place with state-of-the-art facilities.
And who doesn't love big-time sports?
Somewhere you can hike, slide, climb, and most importantly, eat. And all that with a great view? Yeah, I think I know a place.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Depending on where you live, I'm guessing it's cold outside, and you may even have snow on the ground, which can only mean one thing. College baseball season is about to begin, and the expectations are high once again for the Liberty Flames. LU's coming off a season in which they went 37-23, spent some time in the top 25, and made an NCAA regional for the third year in a row. The expectations for this season? Do it all over again, at least if you believe the ASUN preseason poll, which has the Flames picked to win the conference. In addition to the team recognition, sophomore pitcher Garrett Horn was the Flames' lone representative on the preseason all-conference team. No surprise after his electrifying freshman campaign. So here's how the preseason poll looks. It was voted on by ASUN coaches. Liberty received 10 of the 14 first-place votes, followed by Kennesaw State and FGCU. Remember, the ASUN got 2 teams into the regionals last season, as both LU and Kennesaw State earned a postseason berth. And Scott Jackson and the Flames plan on being there again this time around.
I think for our players, it's become an expectation, so we don't talk about it a lot. I think it just allows them to understand that we expect to be at the top, and our standard of practice, our standard of play, our standard of how we go about our business needs to match those expectations. And there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just what we do out here, but what our guys are doing off the field, and those things I think really add some class and some shine to your program, and we're excited about it.
I think Coach Jackson would agree. It needs to warm up ASAP before the Flames hit the diamond. All right, to the links, which means we go south to TPC Sawgrass in Jacksonville, Florida. The men's golf team opened the spring portion of its season with a third-place finish at the Seabass Invitational. The Flames finished 14 over par. LU's Jonathan Yon posted his second top 10 finish of the season, taking 8th place. Up next, the Flames will tee off in the 2023 Gator Invitational on February 11th and 12th in Gainesville, Florida.
Man, all these teams going to Florida sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Maybe we could take a trip down there and see those guys. Hey, Rhett McGibbon joins us as he always does for Warm, Hot, and Fuego, top player moment from Liberty athletes over the past week. Rhett, warm us up a little bit. What we got? Let's start with warm.
We're sticking with the golf train here. Jonathan Yon, a good guy, Mineola, Florida. Doing the hometown bit today.
Loving the Sunshine State.
I love to look at like the hometown restaurants, right? And they have the Mineola Grill there. If you need like that breakfast platter where you can get like your grits and that good Southern cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not the grits, but you know, like the
rest of it.
Fatback.
Sure.
Okay. Mineola Grill is the place to do it.
Notes,
All right, Jonathan Yon, we talked about it there just moments ago, how Liberty Golf has gotten going here in the spring semester. He had a great run, 8th in the 1 under par over the course of the tournament, 15 birdies, first in par scoring average. So Jonathan Yon, he's the veteran on this team, right? He's a wily vet. He's been here for a while, and he's going to be the guy that's going to lead this team on this season. A great start to him so far on this year, and he's very process oriented. You know, you got some guys that just like feel it, like
grip it and rip it.
Exactly. Not Jonathan Yon, very much a processor, and to see him have a start like this, it means good things are going to come.
Yeah, we know what that program's done in recent years. Expect more of the same this season.
Sure.
All right, from warm we go to hot. Who's your pick?
All right, Kennedy Sauter.
Oh yeah,
high jump. Friend of the show. Sometimes he's in here when we record this. But yeah, Lauderhill, Florida. Okay, so you know, I'm looking at restaurants around Lauderhill.
Yeah, aren't we all?
A hipster place, I would say.
Okay.
Mr. 01 Extraordinary Pizza.
Are you getting kickbacks from these restaurants?
I'm not.
Are they sending you gift certificates or something?
I'm just trying to help the people if they're going down there.
Eat local. That's what we always
exactly.
say.
They've got some real interesting pie down there. The way they do the crust and stuff, you can get some like calabrese on
like you're planning my vacation.
I'm trying to help you out. You know, if you want to hit some places. But all right, Kennedy, 2-time All-American during his career, just recently cleared 7 feet 1.75 inches. That puts him 10th nationally. Wow. It's the best jump of the year for him. Now, remember this about Kennedy. He can get up there. He has hit 7 feet 4.25 inches. So he's 2.5 inches short of that, but you know, spring semester's just starting.
He's just stretching out at this point.
He's just getting going, like you're just saying. So expect big things again. It looks like he's going to be national bound with the jump he had. Now, more tallies will come in. I expect him to get better, but still one of those guys in the mix where you think he could win a national championship one day.
Absolutely. That's not overstating it. You're definitely right. All right,
Yeah.
finally, in Fuego this week. In Fuego is who?
Oh, we're going to Beaver Creek, Ohio for
Are
Emma
we?
Hess. This young lady, so
Oh.
much fun to watch. All right, the restaurant there, really quick. The Piata Italian street food. They have like street wraps of Italian. You get all the dipping sauce.
In Ohio.
In Ohio. Don't really understand
knew?
why, but hey, it looks really yummy. All right, Emma Hess, you have those games sometimes where it just all of a sudden to build your confidence, and hitting that 3 late against FGCU was big for her. She goes on to Lipscomb, hit 7 triples, and 22 of her 28 points came in the second half of that game. She's just had a confidence boost since that late minute, tying it up. It's been huge for her.
And you said it when she first came on campus, Rhett. You said this may be one of the best shooters to ever play for the Lady Flames.
I can see it.
And it looks like you might be right. She is coming into her own.
I do my best.
You did. This guy, it's like he's a prophet. We appreciate it, Rhett. Great job, as always. All right, still to come, we relive the best moment in the career of one Liberty basketball player. It's a My Moment you'll definitely want to check out. Don't go anywhere. Flame Central coming right back.
On this mountain stands a legacy. 50 years of miracles, of mountaintop moments. One mission from the start, training champions for Christ. On this mountain, our flames burn brightly. We have a culture of academic excellence, unified in Christ and authentic community. Though we come from different paths and places, the same fire burns in all of us. And 125,000 strong, we cheer each other on around the stadium and around the world. On this mountain, our intensity lights up the night. We coach forward, push onward, honoring Christ in every sphere of our lives. We serve, give, and volunteer, grateful for all that we have been given. For 50 years, Liberty University has stood united in our mission. On this mountain, we train champions for Christ.
Where you train is where you learn how to say, I know this. I've done this. I've got this. I'm ready. So you can surpass expectations when they say you're hired. At Liberty University, you'll train in world-class facilities as you prepare for a world-class career.
At Liberty University, we don't just believe everyone should have access to higher education, we make it happen. That's why we are offering our Middle America Scholarship to help families like yours by providing over $20,000 over the course of 4 years. Money should not hold you back from the life-changing experience at Liberty University. Find out if you qualify for the Middle America Scholarship today.
Does education mean a room with 4 walls, a desk, and a PowerPoint lecture?
Or is it something bigger?
What if it's the people beside you, 1 chair away or 1 ocean away?
What if it's the chance to learn from your mistakes, as well as your victories?
And the push to keep going either way.
What if it's the freedom to reach for bigger things without missing the little ones in between?
For each of us, education looks a bit different.
Because we're each a bit different.
But at Liberty, we think education might just mean something big enough for all of us. That's Liberty to us.
What will Liberty be to you?
Welcome back to Flame Central. During football season, we introduced a new series called My Moment, looking for an athlete's favorite memory in a Liberty uniform. And the answers were just so great, we decided to take it to the hardwood.
Yeah, and up next is Brody Peoples. And if you know anything about this sharpshooter, you know his moment had to do with getting buckets.
My name is Brody Peoples. I'm a shooting guard, and my favorite moment at Liberty was the Southern Miss game.
Brody Peoples will launch the 3. That goes down. Peoples, known to be instant offense at times off the bench.
Ended up being my career high.
Peoples catches, fires, bang.
Out to Peebles. He'll launch a 3 and hit.
Kick out 3. Peebles, pure.
finds Peebles, right wing 3, got it.
Peebles launching deep, banks it in! It's open late for Peebles!
Up to Peebles, left wing 3, got it! He can't be stopped!
Peebles all alone, 3, bang!
Big time shot right there by Brody Peebles.
He can't miss.
As a scorer, like a shooter, I think if you make your first couple and see them go in like that, you kind of get like, that confidence boost. So I saw a couple go in and kept getting good looks, so I thought it was going to be a pretty good night.
Peebles, he's feeling it. Deep, got it, 3 ball.
Thinks he's back in Hartselle, Alabama.
22, a career high for Peebles. He's 7 of 7 from the field, 6 of 6 from deep.
It was a dope moment because I think our team is so selfless, and to see like the guys celebrate you and get excited for you when we're going on those runs, it's really cool to see them support you like that.
We are seeing Brody Peebles turn into a star before our eyes.
The arena was unbelievable, the fans were unbelievable, so it's just one that really stood out to me.
The sophomore out of Hartselle, Alabama. The kid can flat out fill it up.
And he just keeps getting better each game.
Really cool moment for him. I've never made 2 straight shots, so I have no idea.
It's all about him.
Hey, be sure you download the Flame Central podcast. We have some great exclusive interviews on there.
Yeah, and LibertyFlameCentral.com is your home for any stories you may have missed, or if you just want to watch them again, go check them all out.
Before we let you go, we have some heartbreaking and tragic news to share. Former Liberty football great Jesse Lemonier passed away last Thursday. The former defensive end was just 25 years old.
Yeah, in 2 seasons, 2018 and 2019, Jesse excelled on the field for the Flames. He capped off his collegiate career by earning MVP honors in the 2019 Cure Bowl. He went on to play in the NFL with the Chargers, the Lions, and the Cardinals, and he was set to play in the USFL this spring.
But as many people know, Jesse was so much more than just a football player. We will all remember him for his big smile, that great laugh, and his bubbly personality. He had such a positive energy and never met a stranger. He was such a joy to cover and get to know on and off the field. Please keep Jesse's family and friends in your prayers. May he rest in peace.